Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Law Creations. Wanted to do a quick little beginning tutorial of customizing an action figure. And I just wanted to show you, the early stages, how I, just my idea and how I come up with a concept or an idea. And I have a Marvel Universe Baron Zemo figure that I use for parts. I use the hands, the accessories, the sword, and for another item. And I had this base body hanging around, and I saw a purple Marauders style figure on eBay, so I purchased that. It came with a whole bunch of accessories: helmets, heads, vests, holsters, shoulder pads, ammo pouches, gas mask, goggles. It came with a whole assortment of items, and I couldn't pass it up. So anyway, I'm going to make myself a tactical Baron Zemo figure using the majority of Marauders pots. So just to give you an idea of what I do is, before I ever do a custom, I make sure I have a halfway decent head. A real good head that I want to use, and that's the Baron Zemo head. I like that. I like that a lot. It's very nice. This particular base body, I don't really care for. I don't care for these legs that much. They kind of just pop out pretty easily. I mean, it's nice because they do pop right back in, but I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of this base body. So, and I like the Marauders tactical look. So, and Baron Zemo is a good character to get make a tactical version of him, like he's ready for to take on Captain America. So this is just a head swap. I have a nice little handkerchief here that I'll probably paint, but that's how I start. So this is the basics of starting out customizing. You get yourself a decent head, and you pop it on, or you just see how it fits on your base body that you want to use for your custom. And that's just step one of my process. I find myself a decent base body. I find myself a head. This one does not have to be modified at all. It pops right on. It's a perfect height. It looks really good right off the back. So I'm pretty happy about that. So now then I just go along, and if you ever heard it, it's called kitbashing. You just put a whole bunch of pieces together of different figures, of just anything that you want to add to your figure. Now, this being a 1/18 scale, it's a little more difficult to add a whole bunch to your figure. But I hope in my past customs I've shown you how you can get really good detail on a 1/18 scale figure. And just take your time and you just do it. For you guys just starting out customizing, hopefully I can inspire you to take your time, have confidence that you can do it, and just go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, because that's how you learn. But so this is the start of an action figure for me, custom action figure. So I decide then what kind of vest I want to use, or harness, or anything like that. This is probably my favorite vest from Marauders. This is a really nice. It's tactical. It almost looks professional kind of style vest, and I've used this one for my Deathstroke. I used it for my Star Wars pilot figure. This one I like a lot, but we're not going to use this one. We're going to go with the harness on this particular character, because I like the look of a harness with Baron Zemo. So that's what we're going to go with. So we'll just slide it on, get an idea of what it looks like, and you guys, you form your own opinion. That's the beauty of customizing. Your figure is yours. You use your imagination. You create it the way you want it to look, and you be happy with it. And that's the beauty of any kind of form of art, is you have your input into how it's going to look, and your complete input. You can run off a reference to get an idea, and that's one thing I don't like about Marauders stuff, is it doesn't usually I have to glue it. I usually, to be honest with you, I cut off that little piece here and I just glue it, because a lot of times these don't fit. A lot of times these shoulder pads don't fit, so I end up cutting it off and I glue it. I had to do that on my Judge Dredd customs, but I mean, I probably would do it anyway, but they are sometimes very hard to fit. Sometimes they fit great. So that's what I'll end up doing on this particular harness. But anyway, it gives you an idea of what this guy's going to look like, okay? So this is just the start of my process. It's the early stages. I much prefer this purple over this purple. This is a little too bright for my liking. It'll be definitely toned down with a darker shade of purple, and it'll look a little more realistic. Right now, it's just a little too bright for what I like. But this is how I come up with my concepts for custom action figures. Find yourself a good base body. Find yourself a good head sculpt. Pop it on there. You know, if you have to modify it, but just get an idea of what it looks like, okay? So follow me along in this journey, guys. I'll do a couple more videos, and maybe we'll paint this guy up. And this shouldn't be that long or that difficult of a custom. This should be fairly straightforward. All right, guys, take care, and I hope this was somewhat helpful, and enjoy the rest of your night.